welcome back to That Paradox Computing's Introduction to ComputerCraft for the Complete Beginner. How's it going? So guess what we're dealing with this episode? That's right, it's turtles. Woo, turtles. Let's get straight into it. Now, guys, actually, before I start, going with this turtle, for those of you who have been following the series, I just want to give you a big round of applause. Well done, student. With the things that you've learned up to this point, such as loops, variables, and just how to code in Lua, you now actually have everything really you need to know to start making your own programs. The series is going to keep going. I'm going to keep putting up tutorials on different things like turtles. I plan on doing the RedNet API after this. So there's going to be lots of useful things, and it's going to be handy to keep doing this because there's bits and pieces you're going to learn along the way, such as how to use tables and all that stuff. But you do now have the essentials in how to code. So that's good. Well done. Okay, so turtles. If you type in programs into a turtle, you're going to see a lot of the usual stuff, label, monitor, blah, blah, blah. But you're also going to start seeing things like dance, which is what that little guy up there's doing right now. Yeah, look at him go. You're going to see refuel. You're going to see excavate, which is a handy little command. Let's make it daytime. Okay, so let's give an example. Well, first off, refuel is very handy to know. So first, let's get some blaze rods. Let's get blaze. So you can fuel a turtle. Usually, you just use coal, but you can give it blaze rods and lava buckets and a whole bunch of things. If you just give it the refuel command once, it's just going to refuel with one item in the selected slot. If you say like 100, then it'll do them all, or 64, whatever. Cool. Alright, so what else is handy to know about turtles? First thing is to refuel them. This is the turtle's inventory. It has 16 slots. Each slot is numbered like accordingly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through to 16. So yeah, 1, 2, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I guess that's the GUI. You use it like you would basically any other computer, so you can edit. Let's create a new file called turtle commands. So yeah, just so you know, so you have the file. Very handy. Cool. So turtle commands. But we'll save that just for now so it's there. But let's keep looking at some of these programs that you can use. Oh, wow, okay. I think I added a program, so now it's freaking out. Let's give it, oh my god, okay, yeah, I get the idea. Let's try. You can tell it to go in directions, so we'll also say go up. Hey, it's gone up. Go down, go down, there we go. It's gone down. And go left. Oh no, wait, sorry, you can't tell it to go left. You can tell it to go forward. Lord. Okay, go forward. I need to find the Lord. Go back. And then to get it to go left and right, you actually have to tell it to like turn left. Yep, and then go forward. Yeah. So you get the idea. Go back. You can also tell it to go right, blah, 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 blah. So you can tell it to go in directions. Handy, useful, shiznit. There's also, there's the excavate program, which is very handy if you've got yourself a mining turtle. So let's give this guy, oh, that's a normal turtle. Have I got mining turtles? Yeah, mining turtle. There we go. So this is a turtle, you just craft it with a pickaxe, and bam, you've got yourself a mining turtle. And we'll give him the excavate command because it's very handy. We're going to grab a bunch of blaze rods because I get the feeling we'll need to keep refueling turtles. So he'll get fuel. The excavate command program has a refuel function in it, so he'll do that whenever he needs fuel. And we'll say excavate. Let's just do it like a 3x3. So the number you give it here will be like the square that it excavates in. You'll see. So this is a 3x3. So it's kind of, you can see he's kind of charting out a 3x3 area. It's going to go down, and there's nothing there for him to excavate. There we go. And then when he's done, he'll come back up and deposit everything in that chest. So probably when he hits bedrock. See ya. Cool. So that's a mining turtle. And yeah, what else? There's dance. Dance. There we go. Oh, preparing to get down. Dot dot dot. There he goes. What a guy. What a little champ. Cool. So let's get into programming them with Lua. For this, I think what we'll use is, I'm just trying to think. Well, let's have a look at some of the Lua commands. We're also going to we're going to have a quick look at booleans as well. Now, a boolean is, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is basically true and false. True and false are like their own value type, or kind of data type. So we'll also take a quick look at the Lua program. So if you type in Lua, you can give any computer, this isn't just on turtles, you can give them like a normal command. So okay, to dig in Lua, the command is turtle.dig. So as you can see, this is similar to like remember when we made the monitor and we did mon dot whatever. Well, that was the monitor peripheral, its API. Kind of hard to explain, but its library of functions or methods. So basically, turtle.dig is referencing the turtle API and this specific function. Not entirely necessary to know, but I thought I'd say it anyway. So let's just say turtle.dig. He dug he dug a hole. He dug the dirt block, and you can see it populates his inventory. It also returns true, which is very handy. If there's no block there for it to dig, it's going to return false. So this is true and false, which means we'll get out of Lua here. But anyway, this little Lua thing, good to know, because we can then also say turtle.up. That's another one, and that makes a turtle. Oh, he's got no fuel. Of course he hasn't. Which is good though. It means we can give him the turtle.refuel. Oh, a refuel. If you type it correctly, it works. There it is. So now he's refueled off all those blaze rods we gave him. Handy, handy stuff. Okay, so let's try turtle.up again. There we go. And now turtle.down. So you can kind of imagine how the Lua commands for it to move around work. Turtle.turn right. See, turned right. And we'll go turtle.turn left. Lefty. Ta-da! So let's exit Lua, which you can do at any point by typing exit with enclosed brackets. And let's edit turtle commands. So get yourself a mining turtle and create a new file called turtle commands. Easy. Now we can't use the mouse unfortunately on these turtles. And I just destroyed him. That was pro. That was heaps pro. Okay, so edit turtle commands. Okay, cool. So let's create a little program that's just going to get him to dig these 4 blocks, come back, and then empty his inventory into a chest. That sounds like an easy program, which is just going to show you some of the things that a turtle, or specifically in this case, a mining turtle can do. There are lots of different turtles available, especially if you're using the MISC Peripherals mod as well, because that adds a ton of functionality to turtles. Lots of really good stuff. Might get into that in later episodes. Might even do like a focus episode on some of the more interesting MISC Peripherals attachments. Okay, cool. So let's we'll start him off with turtle.dig. Then we want to go forward, so turtle.forward. Yeah, now we wanted to do that, what, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we just wanted to do that 4 times. Now we could type in turtle.dig, turtle.forward 4 times, but that's really a bit more effort than we need to go to, and we can say for I equals 1, comma 4 do. So if you remember our loops from the previous episodes, what we're going to do is we're going to get it to perform this little loop 4 times, which will get him to dig and go forward 4 times. So there's our for loop that's going to get him to go forward. Let's just see that in action. If you want to, pause now and type that in, or we'll do that later. Let's see that in action. So turtle commands, and he's got no fuel. So let's get him to refuel now. Refuel 164 really, but anyway, blaze rods give you so much power. Basically, every time he moves, he uses one. So a stack of blaze rods, if you can get your hands on them, is a great fuel source. Okay, turtle commands. Let's get him to do that again. Now he's digging and going forward. Look at that. Even went forward one more than he. Oh yeah, because we wanted him to go forward that last time. Let's go back 4. Get him back into his starting position. Okay, and I'll give him more dirt to dig up. Okay, cool. So edit. Let's just type up a few times. There it is. Cool. So we've got the digging and the moving happening. Cool. So next thing we want to do is to get it to turn around. So turtle dot turn. Oops, not capital there. Turn right. We're going to do that twice, and I couldn't be asked writing another for loop, so we'll say turn right, and that's going to get him to turn around, so it comes back the way it came. And then let's do another for loop. For I equals 1, comma 4 do, and then we'll go to turtle dot forward. Far out. Forward. It's been a long day. My typing's not fantastic. So this should now get him back to the chest. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's something I expected. Edit turtle BIOS 7. Why did I turn do into a function? That was unnecessary. Force the habit there, I guess. 2, 3, 4. Turns around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Cool. So now he's back at the chest. So we're going back at the chest. Awesome. Now we want him to empty his inventory. So I'm just going to show you in Lua the commands relating to emptying inventory and stuff. Don't bother typing this stuff in. We'll go into that back in the code and everything. Sorry, back in our turtle commands program. So you can tell turtle to turtle.drop. So it's got 7 items there. So we'll say drop. Is now dropped 7 dirt on the ground. Ta-da! Done. But let's say we've got it across different slots in his inventory. If we say turtle.drop, he's only going to drop the item in the selected slot. So we can tell the turtle to select different slots. You can see that this slot is now kind of highlighted, and we can say turtle.drop again. Ta-da! So now it's spitting all that stuff out on the floor. So when you get the turtle to empty its inventory, you've got to make it select each slot. Handy information. And the turtle.select function, and giving it the number of the slot you want it to select, will do that. So that also returns a true or false. So whether it was actually able to perform that function. Handy stuff. So exit. And we'll go back into editing turtle commands. So now we can give it the function. Now we can write a loop for it to empty its inventory. Go through each slot and drop. Oh, actually, sorry. The other thing I wanted to show you in Lua there was if we put a chest in front of it and give it the drop command. So let's just put that in there and say turtle.drop. it's going to drop the item into the inventory. So if it's facing an inventory, it will drop items into that. Also very handy to know. Cool. Good stuff. Edit turtle commands. All right, let's get back into this. So we're going to need another for loop to get it to empty its inventory. So for I equals, we're getting some good practice with our for loops here. Now, remember with our for loops, I is basically what's keeping count of what stage we are in the loop, or how many times we perform the loop, so it knows when to end, okay? A handy thing about this is, what we can say is turtle.select, and we can just tell it I, because on its first go through, it's going to select slot 1, because I is only going to be equal to 1 at the first time. And, oh man, sorry, I also remembered, we actually have we want to do this 16 times, not 4 times. So, as I increments, as the loop goes through, it's also going to increment the slot that we've got selected. Handy stuff. So that saves us a lot of effort. So we can say turtle.select I, turtle.drop, and that's it. That's all we got to do to an end. So now he should empty out his inventory. And yeah, so let's give that a go. Save, exit. And so we can see it actually doing different things. We'll give him like some different turtles and chests and dirt to mine. There we go. Let's see how he goes with that. So as he digs, you should see, because there's multiple types of items, they'll have to go into different slots because, obviously chests and dirt can't stack in the same slot. Same slot. It's cool. So let's go. Turtle commands. And we'll see here, he's gone through and emptied all the different kinds of items, and he's ended up selected on that final slot. Might just actually let you see him. Oops, whatever. I'll let you see him selecting each slot. Turn right, do it twice, run turtle commands again. So we'll keep an eye on his inventory this time. So at the moment he's got that slot selected. We'll see him, he comes back and you can see the thing going through each of the slots as he empties them. Done! So, let's turn right again. Turn right one more time. So, that's some handy stuff right there. Now, let's say we wanted to refuel. So let's say that, this is doing some big, long mining, he's doing a quarry. Let's pretend he's not just digging 4 blocks, but we're actually getting him to dig quite a lot. Well, he's going to need to refuel. So let's tell him, before he empties his inventory, as he's selecting each slot, just before he drops whatever's in that slot, or actually, sorry guys, you want to actually just write down what we've got here before it starts going off the screen. There's just an end under that last line. So, go! Okay, good. Congratulations. I hope that's all working for you. Cool. So before this turtle.drop, we're just going to put in a turtle.refuel. Refuel. Why do I keep doing that? Refuel. Turtle.refuel. That means now, before he empties the item, he's going to see if he can use it for fuel. So if it happens to be coal or blaze rods or something that he can use as fuel, he's going to refuel himself. So save. And let's just put some blaze rods in a random slot so we can see that in action. And we'll get him to turn back around. Oh, it was already turned around. And we'll run turtle commands. We'll give him something to dig. Dirt will do. Oh. Okay. And off he goes. And we'll see him refuel that slot before he dropped it. How great is that? How great is that? Cool. Now, one last thing before we end it. Just because I got the idea, oh my god, you're going the wrong way! Oh well, he'll come back. Whoops. Gotta be careful with those turtles. They can be destructive, motherfuckers. Alright, so let's edit turtle commands this time instead of running it. Come on. There it is. One last thing. Now let's just say, let's grab some sand. Sand. There we go. And we'll get him to dig sand instead. And first I'll show you a potential problem you might come across. So let's say we tell him to run turtle commands at the moment. Well, look at this. He couldn't move forward because there's a sand block in front of him. So he has sat there digging, and then spat everything back into the chest. Well, what if we don't want him to do that? What if we do need him to go the full 4-block distance? Well, what we can do is take advantage of that. When we were typing in Lua, in the Lua program, and it was returning true or false on a program, let's take advantage of being able to do that. So let's edit turtle commands again and see what happens if we get it to return a true or false. So let's just see. We want to see if he's actually able to go forward. Because this is what's happening at the moment. It's digging, it's trying to perform turtle.forward, but it can't. But the script doesn't really care. It performed that, even though it didn't. It tried to execute it, it couldn't, and it's not being told to do anything else if it can't execute it. So it's just continuing on with the script. It just keeps on going. The same thing actually happened when he turned around. Usually he should be coming back 4 blocks, but because the chest was in front of him, luckily he just kind of sat there trying to move forward into the chest 4 times. That makes sense? So anyway, what we want to make it do is if turtle.forward, so this will get it to perform the function, but it's also going to check for a result, and we're going to say true. So then, actually, we don't want if true. Sorry, if we want to do if it equals false. So if turtle.forward equals false, then, and we'll say, we'll get to do turtle.dig again. Let's try to think. So that's going to get it to do it one more time, and we actually need that to be in a loop. So let's instead say, let's not do an if, actually. Let's make that while turtle.forward is equal to false, do. That's a much better idea, not an if statement. Sorry, I should have thought of that in the first place. So, that should get it to perform the function, I think. Oh man, I really should have thought this through before I did it. Sorry. Let's see what that does. I'm actually a little interested to see what that does. It should do what I think. Let's find out if it actually digs anything at all. This can be a learning experience for us both. Yeah, no, that worked. There you go. So now he's actually going forward the full number, and it doesn't matter. Ta-da! So let's have a little look at that bit of script I wasn't sure was going to work, but turned out to work. So basically, performing the while actually gets it to run that program, and compare it to basically what it returns. So it returned false, kept returning false, and then when it finally returned true, well, it didn't have to dig anymore, did it? So yeah, that did exactly what we wanted it to do, I think. So that's great. Actually, it didn't go forward though. Look, this is close enough. It probably should have actually broken that block. In previous ones, it has broken that block. But you know what? For now, this is close enough. You could do while turtle.forward is equal. You could just start the whole thing off, I guess, that way, and then it would just be the same. But whatever. That's close enough. That does do what we want it to do. You get the idea, though. The main thing is getting an idea of this while being able to use like the function in an if statement or in a while loop or something, so you can see if it actually did perform or not, which is just a very handy little thing. Anyway, guys, I think this episode's gone on too long. Try that code out for yourself. Have a bit of a play around with it. See if you can make your own little turtle quarry program that will maybe dig around and stuff. That could be very handy for you. Anyway, guys, look, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're so inclined. Congratulations again on getting this far in the series. We have learned a lot of the very important principles now, so maybe have a play around with some of your own scripts. Next episode is going to be RedNet, I think, which is the ability to communicate between computers wirelessly. Hectic fun, gonna be good. I'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. See ya.